Welcome back to Andertons TV. My name's the Captain.
Danish Pete over here.
Yes, before we start this informative demonstrazione, please like and subscribe this channel.
You stole my line!
Yes, and if you never want to miss a single thing, I don't want to miss a single thing, please tick the bell, the notification bell. What is it? I don't want to miss a... What's that? I said,
don't want to go overseas and I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing.
Andertons TV video. Anyway, right.
If I want to lose either one.
Mesa Boogie. They've been in the news lately because they've got a new daddy.
Yeah.
So, yes, Mesa Boogie now part of the Gibson family.
Oh, I didn't think about it like that.
Yes, although we've been reassured by everybody that nothing's actually happening in terms of it's still Randy Smith in charge. They're still based in Petaluma, California. And actually, I can tell you, honestly, as far as Andertons is concerned and dealers are concerned, nothing has changed. We're still buying from our kind of, Mesa Boogie local thing rather than through Gibson, whatever. So yeah, it does feel at the moment, Gibson are doing their thing, Boogie doing their thing, whatever.
I think it's a good relationship, Lee, if we're gonna talk about that for a minute. I think there's two good things, two iconic brands getting together and teaming up and helping each other out and sharing.
There's no doubt. There is no doubt that the new Gibson owners from 2018 or whenever it was have completely revitalised that brand.
Come on, let's go.
And
they're good guys.
There's no doubt, commercially speaking, why wouldn't every guitar manufacturer also want to have an amp to sell? I'm just saying.
But they used to make amps, didn't they, Gibson? They haven't done for a while. And then, it's like Fender. They make guitars and amps, and they should.
Anyway, right, onwards and upwards. So, 3 new pedals from Mesa Boogie were announced last year, although we didn't actually get them until January. So this is a hot video for us, hot new video. Hot. Unlike the previous Boogie pedals, which all seem to be very black and chromy and kind of, trying to look like amps, I think, they've gone for these rather fetching colours now. We've got a blue and a gold and a purple.
Of course we've got a purple.
They're all drive pedals. They're sort of in ascending order, so sort of low gain, medium gain, higher gain. There isn't really a metal one, is there? So I would sort of go low gain and 2 sort of flavours of medium gain.
Yeah, I would say they're 2 flavoury of a Marshall-y type 70s British, maybe one a bit more Mesa Boogie, one of them, the golden one.
Anyway, you'll see I've taken the bottom off of the Goldmine and the Dynaplex because there is an internal dip switch on both of those that I'm intrigued on. There's no switch on the inside of the Cleo, so that's why the back's not on. So we might as well start with the Cleo.
Go on.
Well, we're running into our usual Victory DP40, which gives us this nice sort of clean tone, very sort of, American clean kind of tone.
Shall I stay on this guitar for this one? Or shall I go to... I'll stay on this guitar. So,
okay, so...
clean tone, it's just a bit... We know that tone.
Yes, we do. So I will start with the gain about as low as it can go. The manual says, absolutely, if you roll the gain down and turn the level up, it'll work kind of a bit more like a boost pedal than a drive pedal. But here we go.
Turn it off, please. Just to... Oh, that's nice.
It is nice.
I can imagine that in front of something. That's really good. Back pickup. First video of the morning is 10 o'clock.
Maximuni gain.
Neck pick. I like that.
Feedback. Just because
pedal,
I mean, tone controls, I always kind of think on these, they're more to do with adjusting whether you've got a particularly bright amp or a particularly dark amp rather than necessarily a style of distortion you might want to go for. But I like it. But here we go. Here's tone down.
I really like that.
Quick blast on a Les Paul. Actually, do you know what?
pedal.
I quite like the fact that the tone control isn't too extreme. There isn't really a pointless sound in there.
Yeah, it gets annoying.
I'm going to guess as well that Cleo, this is my guess, total guess, is something to do with Clarence Leo. Just saying. I think. That's my guess. Or potentially it's Cleopatra, or potentially it's a badly spelt version.
Oh, it's
of,
somebody's wife.
Pete's wife, yeah.
Oh, Cleo, my wife, Cleo. You'd be surprised how many people do that.
Or it's a Renault car. No, I think it's something to do with Clarence Leo.
Yeah, that sounds.
Because
that
I
sounds,
think I think there's probably a slightly more Americana kind of gainy tone. But anywho,
Anyway.
Right, Les Paul, and then we'll move on to the Goldmine.
You go G. That sounds great.
Yeah,
I really like that.
A little bit more
That's
ganache. And then very little gain just to see what it does with the Les.
I dreamt you played this lick.
I was just about to say,
Really
your playing
weird.
is on fire this morning,
Is it?
Mr. Pete.
Oh, that's
what
like
a
I
good
meditated
night's
last
sleep
night.
does to you. Right, so that's the Cleo. Moving on now
Thank
to
you.
the Goldmine. Again, guessing why this is called the Goldmine. I'm guessing it's something to do with the panel colour of a certain famous guitar amplifier. Again, I could be wrong.
Oh yes, perhaps. You know what I noticed as well? But you can see it. But look at the bottom plate. It's got the same colour as the top plate.
It does.
I really like that.
It's very cleverly done. And I'll flip this over in a minute and we'll try the dip switch and I'll show you inside.
Oh, hello.
Excuse me.
Hey.
So now on the Goldmine, we've got a 3-band EQ as well as level and gain. So a little bit more to play with.
Yeah. I'll stay on this.
Okay, and then
for
we'll
now.
dive on over to the Silver Sky or something in a minute.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I got this sustain and this compression where they just want to go. And this kind of, it's like saturating, like, but not too gainy. And that's when we played, when I first plugged in before you came in this morning, it was like when the... Not that because that's Chapper's
Sounds
thing,
so
but
good.
it's really good. I found if you take the gain slightly down,
Indeed.
and then you take the bass down and the treble down, and then
Down?
you boost the mid range.
So
Maybe a
like
little bit more
reverse
gain.
smiley face.
Yeah, it's a little bit
sad
more
face.
sad face, a little more gain, a little bit more gain, and it's slightly more volume. So you get like you get that. You get that. It's like a Van Halen tone.
It's Eddie Van Hanore. What's going on?
I've practiced a lot of that. But you get this
the feedback on the mid-range note. It wants to go.
That's when
doesn't it?
That's when I was like when I turned that mid range. So you just get that. I'm not gonna play. John Mayer doesn't like that.
I love it. John Mayer doesn't like
He
that.
don't like
No,
that. But
John
he
Mayer,
likes the
doesn't
boogie
like that.
pedals. You know, he's got the flux, the flux drive, so the dual one with the EQ on it. He's
Let's
got that
try
on
a
his
Silver
board.
Sky if we're talking about John Mayer, and we'll try some other EQ settings, so maybe a bit more scoopy.
Because that mid-range
and we'll
turned
try
that up.
that. We'll right. In
Sorry,
fact,
I
just quickly
really like
here,
these.
I really like the fact that there's one manual that includes the information on all 3 pedals, environmentally conscious and saves money on printing. I like it.
It's a good idea.
Anyway, so the Goldmine says the internal dip switch is an EQ voicing switch. Removing the bottom permits access to this switch. Select between, here we go, a more controlled, tighter low-end response with increased upper mid-range cut and punch in. That's in one mode. And
Punch
then
in the
tight,
cut.
that's the tight mode, which is how it ships, or loosens things up. Oh, I can't even speak this morning. Or loosen things up with increased low-end bloom, Orlando Bloom, and a more scooped mid-range. So that's the bloom mode, tight or bloom. Right.
Bloomy tight.
Says Katy Perry.
Use 3 names that are associated with each other somehow
It
or
is
rather or
Mesa
another.
Boogie, Orlando Bloom, Katy
John
Perry.
Mayer and Katy
John
Perry.
Mayer. Oh,
Ooh,
yes.
you see what I say?
See where we're going there? Right.
And Goldmine.
Sorry to bring up
because they're all
that memory for you all there. Here we go. Right. Everything back at sort of 12-ish.
See how they roll down?
like this wants more.
It does.
Let me flip this over now so you can see the underneath. Hopefully, we're still super in sharp focus here. So we got dual circuit boards, so there's a ton of componentry in here.
Nice.
I'm not a super expert on this stuff, but I believe the way you can see that the components are poked through the board and then soldered underneath as well, and I assume they're probably soldered on the top as well. That's generally speaking like the most robust, reliable way to kind of solder onto a circuit board. So well done, Boogie. Always, as expected, really, kind of always using
they do
the
their
good stuff.
thing. It takes battery as well.
Battery clip here, absolutely. Now remember, I don't, it's like batteries seem such a 1990s thing. I guess we're all using power supplies nowadays. But if you do use batteries in your pedals, don't forget to unplug the jack cables when you're finished using them, because it's the jack cable being plugged in that tends to sort of engage a little bit of feed from the battery rather than just turning the thing on.
Can I just point something out here? What I really like, I love these pedals. They sound absolutely amazing. I am a big believer in top-mounted jack.
You are.
And I would rather have top-mounted jacks than a battery compartment. So you can see.
I see, that's probably why. Because hang on, that's the bottom anyway. It's where I flipped it over, so the top is here.
Yes, but if you then could somehow shift it down and then make room for the top-mounted jacks. I mean, me personally,
I think that's
in
a
my
pedal
opinion,
board. That is a pedal board thing, isn't it? And I do agree with you. Now, modern players where you want your pedals as close together on your board as possible, top-mount jacks do make a bit more sense.
Yeah, because you miss if you got four pedals next to each other, and you got even those small only ball patch cables that we're using here are quite flat on the top.
Yeah.
But that will still give you that much, which means that with four pedals, you are taking up one pedal space. And we all want more pedals on our boards.
Anyway, there we go. It's a good point. So here we go. There's a quite difficult to sort of see, but there's a little switch in this corner here. And we're going to go now to I'm guessing the Bloom mode, unless someone's already
the Orlando
switched
one.
But the Orlando mode. So let's have a little listen. Have I got it switched on? No, this would help. So here we go. We'll put all of the EQ and levels and gain and everything at halfway, and we'll switch between the
Legolas
Austin Powers tape mode and the Orlando Bloom mode.
Let's call it Legolas.
Okay,
Legolas. That's his
we'll do
elf name. Hang on, that's.
Do you think maybe I have to actually do something with the EQ to make it sort of more pronounced?
I'm not sure,
because it's pretty subtle. Let's try. It just basically sounds the same on either setting, doesn't it? Maybe it's a feel thing.
Maybe it is a feel thing.
Play some sort of like bluesy in E, open E, like Stevie. There we go. I don't know. I would have to say that I'll put my teeth in. I would have to say that being the person doing the switching, I don't know whether or not my brain is sort of telling me that there's some difference. It did feel like one of them had a marginally tighter bass response than the other.
Perhaps.
Hey ho, that nonetheless is an epically good sounding drive pedal.
It's a great sounding pedal.
Did we try both guitars? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So, the last pedal of the 3 is called the Dynaplex. It's in purple, and I'm almost thinking if I just changed 1 or 2 letters in Dyna and 1 or 2 letters in Plex, we'd have Danish Pete, and it would be a purple pedal. Not saying it's anything like the sound he would go for.
You've got a DP-plex.
The DP-plex. Same idea again. There is a dip switch inside here, so we'll see if that's any more pronounced than the one in the Goldmine. I forgot to mention as well, these are all true bypass pedals. Oh, excuse me. They all work on 9 volts, and they take pretty low milliampage as well, so you can daisy chain a ton.
I like the design, man. They look good with the cream and the colours. Pops, it makes it pop.
Boogie always nail it with the look, don't they, of their pedals. Anywho, so a reminder of a quick clean sound, please, Mr. Pete. This is the highest gain one, so here we go.
Is this the highest gain sound, or are they both kind of gainy at the same?
I think this is a bit more scooped sounding than the Goldmine, but it's supposed to be, according to the blurb, it's marginally higher gain than the Goldmine.
Let's see. Let's pull in a minute. It needs a bit of gain, that one, doesn't it? You think this needs like a more contemporary guitar, this one maybe? Do you think we need like an Ibanez on something? So this one, for instance, you know, like this. So let's just see if I go back in the back. That's what that pedal needs, a guitar like this, doesn't it?
It's really interesting. Both the presence and the tone control are adding level and gain in as you turn them up as well.
All right. Interesting.
Not that you'd use it like that.
I mean, that's
a good sound.
That's a good sound on the back.
Could you tune everything to fourths and play 10,000 miles an hour, please? Right.
No.
I'm flipping this over. The EQ switch on here, it's in the same space, I think. Oh, I don't know where it is.
Got a shocking
where is it?
shock.
Here it is. And it's basically, it's a mid-range scooping thing. So EQ in has a slight sort of scooped tone, and EQ off has a flatter response. So let's see, here's off. Here's on.
I like it on. On, yeah?
You like it on? He's been learning all the riffs.
I have to, man. And you know, I have to. I've been sitting in there with the guitar, just doing these kind of I need gain and compression, right?
I wonder, I mean, I just think all three of them have got some great tones in them. I know with drive pedals nowadays, it just kind of feels like this relentless avalanche of another drive pedal and another drive pedal.
It's like the inland ice in Greenland just keeps breaking off like ice constantly into the ocean.
But it's kind of nice to just plug into three pedals that look nice. You kind of know they're going to be solidly built because of the, it's got the Mesa name on the front. And immediately you go to like your sort of your standard default pedal setting. So somewhere between sort of 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock, all the controls there, and you just plug it in and you go, yeah, there's a sound. I like that. It does a job. I mean,
before we go, can you just do the middle one, the scoop setting again, please? Just with the mid range up and the bass and the treble down.
Oh, that.
With this guitar.
The reverse scoop.
Yeah, the reverse scoop.
What is the reverse of scoop? Pile. Is it? If you don't have a scoop of something.
It's a hill, isn't it?
It's a hill. Okay.
Oh,
right.
It's like a bit more treble. More old-fashioned.
They're very similar, I was going to say.
Yeah, but it's much more. The gold one is much more old-fashioned. It's much more modern high gain. More, Can you hear that? That the purple one is more modern high gain. That's the next one. That's the next one I'll learn.
Right.
I love them.
There we
They're
go.
great.
These are £199 each. They've started shipping, so today they're in stock at Andertons. I don't know whether we'll keep up with demand. Who knows? But yes.
Awesome.
I like them. Well done, Mesa Boogie.
We'll have to use them in blind folded challenge soon.
Blindfolded challenge.
Blindfolded challenge.
I know this is the problem. Every time we do a blindfolded challenge, like a week later, someone brings out a new pedal. You go, damn it! I wish we'd had that in the blindfold shootout thingy. Anyway,
well done, Mesa. We
yes.
need to use. We need to start doing some more stuff with you guys again.
We do
after the gate.
Nixon's Watergate had nothing on us. No,
absolutely.
Right, absolutely.
Good.
Let's do this. Yes, thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next video, probably tomorrow. Bye-bye.
That middle one with the scoop, man, that's so 70s.
They sound really good. Right, onwards and upwards, right?